chance to do it, whereas, like Mike was saying, if it was all done directly on the artboard and ready to be produced, it's much harder to change at that point because it's much more racing, much more work intensive work. Whereas if it's all done in the layout stage, you get everything really fine-tuned, 99.5% there, and then finish everything on the board. There's so much less error.
And it's also it's a mental ease for some people. Because some people, once they they have the thing fully drawn, it's kind of hard to say, well, why don't you move the character over here just a little bit? It's like once it's completely fully drawn, that's not an easy thing to do. When it's still in the you don't have the time invested, so you're not sitting there really frustrated that you have to change something. But any job in art is going to have that put in. And as I start drawing, things don't match up exactly, but that's fine. That's why the whole thing is a work in progress.
A perfect example was in one of our latest books, Soulfire Dynamite #1, I believe it was, Micah, the artist on that book. There's one scene where they're trying to take down this big old dragon, and they have all these ropes, and the page is just full of all these trees that the dragon's breaking, and stuff's going on everywhere. And he totally had this idea of what he wanted the dragon to look like, right? But he omitted laying out his page first small to see where he was going to place all the people in it, right? So what he did, it was a double-page spread, no less, instead of just one single page. It was 2 pages that were put together. So he completely draws the dragon. Like, the dragon looked incredible. He spent like 2 days drawing this humongous dragon, and then didn't put in his people. When he went to land his people, the perspective was totally wrong. And he had to change the whole design of the page. And it took him what normally should have taken him about 2.5 days, 3 days max. It took him almost a week to complete. And he definitely learned his lesson.